Hi, everyone. Welcome to Following the Yellow Brick Road, and I'm certainly glad that you stopped in tonight. I have some guests with me this evening, and we're going to be talking about the importance of community and the nomadic lifestyle. I'm coming to you tonight from my home base in Florida, and I am here because of my son's accident, and will continue to be here probably until maybe late December or early January. Hopefully by the 1st of January at least I'll be able to leave and head to quartzsite. So I'm hoping to see everybody then and get hooked up with some people again, because I'm missing it. And that's what I mean about community. Once you've established a community, it's wonderful to have those people that you can camp with off and on and to connect with from time to time. Not that you're with them all the time, but you get together periodically. So with that in mind, I want to bring in Somedayshere. Let me add them to the stream. And here they are. This is Kim and Daryl and Bentley. And they are some friends that I met through the Nomadic Ramblers, who should be joining us shortly. And they have a story to tell us about how they went full-time and how long they've been full-time. So if you guys want to go ahead, whoever wants to start, go ahead.
Hey, I'm Daryl.
And I'm Kim.
And we've been nomads for a long time. We've been part-time, we've been full-time, we've been part-time. I started in 1984 with a truck camper, and Kim has been in an RV since, the early 80s and even before. So we looked at ourselves one day. We had a Class A sitting out in our front driveway. And I said, why is this thing sitting here and we're only going 6 months, or we're only going 2 months? Why don't we go full time? So we made the plunge. We sold off a bunch of stuff, and we decided, let's get in this thing and go and see the United States.
We rented the house at first. We didn't sell it. We rented it.
Right.
Hey, Sharon.
So that's our story. I've always traveled. I don't feel comfortable in one place longer than X amount of time. It's time to move on down the road. There's so much to see. One day we may have to sit in a rocking chair. Our knees could go out. Your ankles could go out. But until then, we're going to travel and see everything we can.
But we have been doing it full time almost 6 years now. It'll be 6 years in May that We've been doing it full time, living in the RV only. You have her on silent.
Your microphone's off, Shirley.
I think you have it off, huh?
Okay. I was saying, I know earlier this year, before you got started back on the road, you had some problems with your other RV. You want to talk about that for just a little minute? I'm trying to get Sharon connected so they can join us.
Well, what we have two RVs. We have one that's a 2011 Heartland Landmark San Antonio version. We've had it since
42 feet.
2015, 16, something like that.
16.
So we got rid of the Class A. We wanted to go full time. We need a little bit more room, more comfortable to do it full time. So we bought that, and we have that currently up in the Northwest at some property of some relatives as a land base up off the river, at the Penderlay River in eastern Washington. A couple years ago, we bought the one that we have here called Clark, which is a 31-foot RK RV fifth wheel, that we decided we wanted to go do some smaller campgrounds, some smaller national parks that we could get into, because we couldn't get into a lot of the bigger national parks without some big reservations. And what can I say?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Well, it's hard to say. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, but it's so much easier when you're 35 feet or
Well,
less.
there's a lot of national parks that don't go up to 42 feet is the main thing.
That's right.
The main reason why we bought it.
Exactly.
Get in them. That's bottom line. But this year, when we were up there, it was what Shirley was asking you. You had some problems with the RV, the tree falling on the RV.
Oh. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we're the only.
Do we need to tell you what the problem was?
Well, I was going to say, I don't know what problem we've had, because our RV stood a tree falling on our RV, and I think it may be the only RV that stood a tree falling on it and didn't crash through it.
Yeah, because Daleen, his sister,
Exactly.
had a tree fall on hers, and it was a smaller tree than the one that landed on ours, and it totaled hers.
So that just goes to
Right.
tell you, you can buy cheap and you can get cheap, or you can buy somewhat expensive and you can get good quality stuff. Because this was a good 16-inch round tree and barely put a dent in our RV, and it fell from almost 30 feet away. So
Yeah.
it just kind of bounced and scared Kim a good bit, but it
Yeah.
bounced off. We cut it off, and everything was good.
It was really scary just looking at that video where you showed that tree on top of the RV. I was like, I don't know how it didn't tear it up. It was incredible. So,
Well,
Yeah.
Heartland makes good quality RVs. We've heard that from the beginning. That's why we got the Heartland, because we knew it was a solid quality RV, and that's one of the reasons we bought it over another one. And I have no regrets of buying it, and it's been through a lot.
Yes, been up and down the road a lot.
Yep, it's traveled many miles.
yeah. So, all right, let me ask you guys. Sharon's trying to connect, and there she left again. Tell me a little bit about how you first found community when you started RVing full time.
Well, actually, a lot of the years, Daryl and I just did it all on our own. And the first time that we actually really experienced a large community, correct me if I'm wrong, is when we went out to Quartzsite this past year, huh?
Yep.
I mean, we did this all by ourselves the whole time, but it shined a whole new light onto traveling, because now it's like everybody is family, and we can't wait to go back and meet up with them. You become so close and in this community that it's just like, I mean, people either get it or they don't.
Right.
Exactly.
When you meet RVs, it's probably like boaters or motorcyclists or whatever. They're like-minded. You got something in common. You're there if you need help, or you need to say, hey, what's down the road, or what's behind us? And it gives you some sense, really, of security, kind of knowing what's going on. I mean, we've met some great people on the road that, well, yeah, like my nomad sis right here. You know, if she says, hey, I need help, I'll come running in a heartbeat. And we've met a lot of people like that on the road. So, and you meet a lot of good people. A lot of people are oddly compelling, and a lot of people are mainstream. And then there's some people that are a little bit different than the other side. Everybody's not the same, but they all come together for one reason. That's because they like to be on the road, they like the freedom, and they like to be able to express themselves or not express themselves and just sit back and relax. Right.
Well, we have some guests that are joining us, so I just want to acknowledge a few of those really quick. The first in the house was Lucky Dog Production moderators. Hello, Bob and Sue. Glad to see you here tonight. And Kelly Hale is here, and she says, hey, from Bama. Nice to see you, Kelly. Thanks for coming. We also have Sandy Edding. How about that? Hi, Sandy. We really miss you guys. Hope Doug is there watching with you, and we hope that we get to see you guys in Quartzsite this winter. Also, we have Weekend RVing. This is a couple that I've been kind of connecting with on some live feeds and watching some of their videos. And they're really a great couple, and they've got some good videos. So make sure you check them out. And then there's the Nomadic Ramblers saying we're having some problems. So I may have to stop and help them out a little bit. Let's see who else. Fantastic Travels is here. Thank you for joining us. And I just want to continue our conversation about community and let you know that for me, it was a very scary process at first. I'm a single female traveler, and all right, we got the Ramblers on here, so I'm going to add them to the live stream. So you're going to see them, hopefully. I don't see your picture, Sharon, but I see it down below. Anyway, it was very scary for me as a single female to think about starting this journey on my own, although I was very excited about doing it. And I had been watching the Ramblers for quite some time on their videos for about 2 years prior to me even starting this journey. And I connected with them and was able to meet up with them. And they agreed to come and allow me to come and join them and help mentor me through the process of trying to find my feet and where to go and what to do. And they introduced me to Kim and Daryl, and also to Jim and Deb from Life is a Joy, which they're not with us tonight, but I wish that they were. But we have been very fast friends since that meeting in Quartzsite and remain that way. And we will be connecting again in Quartzsite as soon as I can get the heck out of here. So
Exactly.
It's been great. It's been wonderful having people that you know that you can stay in social isolation with, like we were in Arizona last winter,
Exactly.
and still have company. That was really great that we could all be together because we'd been together all winter long, and so
Right.
it
And we
made
still
isolation. Yeah, it made it very easy. Okay, we're going to add them to the stream now. Let's hope their picture comes in. I see you down below, but I don't see you on the.
Oh,
There you go. It's coming. Whatever you're doing, keep it up.
Run that squirrel cage a little faster.
And there they go. Sharon's having some trouble with her equipment this evening. It might be their internet service. I'm not really sure.
good
I
thing.
wasn't even sure yesterday if I was going to be able to do the live stream because we had that Hurricane Eta. But today at 1 o'clock when the eye was over Jacksonville, I had maybe a 10-mile-an-hour wind and some light drizzle. So it really was nothing. And I had internet service all day. So I'm very thankful for that.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and talk about some of the concerns that we have and how it ties into community as far as safety. I don't know about you guys, but I feel much safer whenever I am camping with other people. I think that, the more eyes and ears that we have, the safer you feel. But what do you do when you're camping by yourselves? How do you prepare for unexplained or unexpected circumstances?
Well, number one, you always be aware of your surroundings. Check your campsite. Always make sure you have an easy way to get out in case for whatever reason you need to go in the middle of the night. If you're in an area you feel uncomfortable with, make sure you're still hooked up. So worst case scenario, you have to get in your vehicle and go. Second thing is check your cell service. because 911 is not far away, but you have to remember where you're at. And 911 doesn't always know where you're at in some of the remote areas we go. So it's very important to know where you're at so you can tell the
Somebody.
local authorities of where you're at, what Forest Service road you're on, what BLM land, Craigie Wash. You know, you go out there, there's 500 RVers out there. You never know where you're at. So you got to pay attention where you're at. And I think one of the most important thing is don't leave inside your place and confront anybody. I think it's important you stay inside. That's your shelter, and wait for help, or hopefully you're camping with somebody else that's close by you, and you can call them and get some assistance if you need it. But there, we've been doing this for a long time, and I think there's only been what 2 or 3 of the most times we've ever had an issue that we felt unsafe, and most of those times we were in suburbia at
Walmart or something.
yeah. So I've never felt unsafe out in state forest land, BLM land, Forest Service roads. So you just have to make sure you're aware of your surroundings and prepare for the worst and expect the best.
Exactly. I've only had one instance where I wasn't really afraid of the environment, but in the middle of the night, I woke very quickly and very alert to the fact that I heard, because my truck parks right along the side of my RV, I heard someone trying to open my truck door. And this was when the Ramblers and I was out by the Grand Canyon. And I just, woke up and turned my lights on. And after that, I didn't hear any other noise. So
Yep.
I think it's just being aware of your environment, like you said, and watching what's going on and staying inside.
Well, yeah, you have to understand, you can go from one extreme when you're out in the middle of nowhere and you don't hear anything but the coyotes and the elk bugling and the noises out there, to when you go to a campground with sirens going up. I mean, it is amazing. You can go from one extreme to another, and all the different sounds will alert your senses to what's going on. I mean, we're here in a campground now. We haven't been in a campground in 9 months.
It's horrible.
And we're in a town, and it's just like overloads sensories, because all the noises going around. Because we're used to being out in the middle of nowhere. So just got to be aware of your surroundings. Use your gut feeling. If you're pull out an area that you get the willy jibbies, just pull out and go somewhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah, always go what?
Yeah.
And that's what's good about community. You can go with Shirley and Bobby and Sharon and I can name off 100 more people. I meet up with Shirley one week. I can go see somebody the next week. You can always be around people if you choose to, or you can be close proximity to people if you choose to, or you can be by yourself. It's all up to you of what you feel comfortable with. Everybody's different.
Yes,
I like
agree.
it better with people with you. I mean, I really do. I like traveling with somebody. I think it just adds to it, and you have safety in numbers. And if somebody gets a flat tire or something, then there's somebody there to help. There's
water pump goes down,
right,
whatever.
anything.
That's what community is all about, and that's why everybody goes to Quartzsite. It's the community. It's not because Quartzsite's some given palace for everybody to go to. It's because we can all meet everybody. We can leave there in 2 weeks and go down to Yuma or whatever. So you can go pick up and move and have a great time.
It's for the weather.
Absolutely. Yes, I totally agree. So tell me how you handle other safety concerns, like for me being a single female, some of the safety concerns that I have is general breakdown or maintenance of the vehicle that I'm not able to perform myself, and how community can add to that aspect as well.
Well, twice a year, we always, before we leave for winter and from Louisiana, and when we leave from the Northeast, we go, or the Northwest, we go through our RVs. We check the brakes, we check the tires, we replace all that stuff. So we're secure in our RV as best we can. So we don't expect blowouts. We don't expect brake failures.
But it happens.
Sometimes. But at
Right.
least you do the due diligence to do that. So you're secure that you're going up and down the road safe. That's number one. And then number two is, if you know some people that are around you that if you get into a little bit of difficulty, you know that, hey, maybe I can meet up with them in a week or 5 days or whatever and say, hey, Shirley, I need help with my solar. Give me some pointers here. Or Bobby, I've got an issue with the brakes, or my hitch. Can you help me with that? There's a lot of different things that you can go through, and you can call, text. I mean, I guarantee you, I can call probably 50 people right now and they'll pick up the phone in a heartbeat. That if I need help, or say, hey, I'm in a bad spot, do you know any mechanics over here that can help me in this area?
Right. And initially, Bobby helped me out tremendously with multiple things, just hooking me up so that I didn't have to tote water from the back of my truck to the back of my trailer and try to pour it by funnel into there. He helped set me up with that system with a pump, and it was phenomenal. Yes, they really are. He helped me through that first time that I changed the oil in my generator. Daryl has put my TV cabinet back together and helped me secure my cabinets inside the trailer when they started falling off the wall after bouncing down the road. So I think that was from Effenberg.
Yeah, that was Effenberg, Sandy.
Is that Sandy?
Yeah.
No, well, Sandy's here.
Sandy's over there?
No, it was Sandy.
She's on here.
Yeah,
She better not go to Effenberg without us.
It was funny. All right, so I'm trying one more time to send a link to the Ramblers so they can join us. So hang on and take up the slack. And
yeah, and don't be afraid to ask somebody that you're camping with. Say, hey, you got any advice on what I should do here? Or I'm thinking about doing this, because everybody out there is willing to help you
and some people have already
learn
done it.
or to show you. Yeah, they've already done it.
So they know what worked.
Yep.
Because the other stuff didn't.
Yeah. And
the whole goal is to do it the best way, the most efficient way, and the cheapest way that's going to work.
That's right. And believe me, and sometimes you gotta order parts, and then you got to be down the road a week later to pick them up down there. At least somebody can help you say, okay, you need this or you need that.
Right.
And then when you get there, you can at least fix it.
Right. That works.
Yep.
You have to do that. But what else was you fixed to say about it?
About community?
Yes. About the community thing?
Go ahead, Shirley.
She's on mute.
Oh, you're on mute again, Shirley.
You're on mute.
Oh, she's trying to help them out.
I'm trying to get the childers online.
Yeah, okay.
So talk about Papa Drew's gathering last weekend. His new one that's coming up too.
I can't wait. Good Lord willing, we'll be there. There's a lot of meetups that we want to go to. I don't know. There's some of them we may not be able to get to because they're in early December in Quartzsite. There's so much goes on over there. So you got to kind of pick and choose what you want to do. Of course, we know there's no RTR this year. There's no van build this year.
But we're not really worried about that.
But, there's going to be so many people you can group up. I mean, if you already go and know about YouTube and the RVers now, there's already a group out there that's already hemmed up in Laposa South. So you can go have fun. But Papa Drew, man, they had a great
It was a lot of fun.
get together with Jones and the Travels, Sweet
Sweet's
Travels, and Papa Drew. They put on a great deal last year. I don't know, there must have been what, 30 RVers
I
with
would've said
50 people there
50
or
people,
something.
that's what I meant.
Had a great
It was fun
potluck.
for the first year too.
Of course, this year may be a little different with COVID and stuff, but as long as you keep your spacing, you're fine. But I'm really looking forward to going to Papa Drew's. There's some great people I want to see again, and like I said, we never met any of those people except for maybe 2 or 3, and
this
year
I
can't wait to meet them again. You meet new friends.
Yeah, I mean, but they were super nice. I mean, they just all come up to you. Everybody's so friendly and nice. It's just like, golly, why wouldn't you want to spend time with all these people?
That's right.
Know?
Just remember, when you go to an RV, if the door's closed, more than likely they want privacy or they're not there. If the door's open, before you walk right up to the door, just make sure, hey, hello in the camp or something, because some of these people's RVs, the bathroom's right next to the door, so you got to be kind of careful when you walk right up to it. But a lot of the people will be more than willing to come out and say hey and introduce yourself and have a little conversation. And then maybe next time, day later, whatever, you can sit down in some lawn chairs and talk some more. What do you think?
I don't know. That's about it. But I mean, as far as like being in your camper, I mean, you're going to close your doors and stuff like that. So I mean, people are very respectful, though. They really are. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Get together, eat, and
and other people's got dogs, so you got to be kind of careful. Some people's dogs are happy dogs, and other people's dogs are a little bit standoffish. So you just got to be respectful of other people, but 90%, 99% of the time, everybody's going to be happy.
Yeah, it's a very good time out there.
Yep.
To go. But I mean, after we left there, we also went and spent time and went up to Bryce Canyon and stuff. And I mean, it was a lot of fun. And we had Shirley, we had Daryl's sister, and we had Laurel came and met us up there. We had a great time.
We met some people on the way. So
yeah,
get out and walk around in some of these campsites, Laposa South or Quartzsite, and say hey. Get a hat that says Somedayshere, or whatever, and just say hey and how you doing, and if you're friendly, you're friendly. If you want to be by yourself, then be by yourself. It's all what you want to do.
But there's always someone outside.
Look who's rolling in. We've got Rolling with the Bolins in the house now.
What's up, Tony? What's up, Jill?
Hello.
Yeah, and we also have Dawn
and
Kevin.
What's up, Dawn and Kevin?
Are in the house now. Hi, guys. We've been trying to get Sharon and Bobby on, but they're having some technical difficulties tonight. So we'll have to do another live stream with them as a guest. But hopefully they're going to start chatting up us soon. So we'll be looking for their post. And here we've got Sandy, good old Ethenberg. I hope we'll meet in Quartzsite. We hope so too, Sandy. We're really looking forward to seeing you again. And Fantastic Travels says, leaving the end of November to head from Florida to Quartzsite. Well, all right. That's going to be my route too, but I won't get to leave till after Christmas. So I'll see you out there.
Yeah,
that's right.
And then James Cantonese, hi, following Yellow Brick Road. Hi, James. It's really good to see you. I'm seeing some of my buddies from other live chats that I watch all the time. So it's good to see everybody, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's really nice. I'm building more of a community as we go along, and I can't wait for Papa Drew's reunion either. I think it's really going to be phenomenal this year. So really excited about that, and just excited about getting back out to Quartzsite. I'm telling you, when you're away from the community that you've developed, like I have been, even though I'm grateful to be here with my son and to be able to take care of him you miss those bonds that you build with people.
It's
And
true.
yeah, your RV community becomes your RV family. And I just really miss you guys so much.
Oh, we do too.
It's amazing to me. We haven't known each other that long, but it's like we've developed such a strong bond with one another. It's been totally amazing.
Yeah, and what's cool about it is some people that you just met maybe last year that you want to meet again because, all right, you got through that initial stage and you kind of got that warm and fuzzy. Now you really want to
Right.
go back and really sit down, have some conversations with them because, you got that kind of standoffish feeling away from you. And now you want to sit by the
Exactly.
campfire, and have a beverage and sit down and talk about their travels and their life and their kids and why they're out here doing it. I mean, I, I guarantee you, I've got 10 couples that I want to really meet and really sit down and talk with this time and spend some time with them, some quality time.
Exactly.
You can get that to really get to know them like we did you, Bobby, and Sharon, and you, Shirley, because we had that time
Right.
and really get to know them. So there's so many more people out there that you can relate
Exactly.
to. I can't wait.
Right. Well, and it's just like all the people that I've been talking with on these live chats. It's like, you're already developing a friendship, so I can't really just wait to meet them face to face and develop a stronger bond with them as well.
That's
So
true.
Like Tony and Jill with Rolling
yeah,
with the Bowens, they were
yeah,
out there. They were
yeah,
kind of passing through, working and doing their thing. They were kind of in and out, but we didn't really get enough time to sit down and really have a meal or have a couple of nights by the campfire. So hopefully we can meet up again and do that all over again.
Yeah. I don't think
exactly.
they're coming this winter though. I think they were staying somewhere about Ohio. They said the other night when we talked to them.
Yeah, they might not be able to make it out.
You never know. So,
That's right. 2020.
so Tony, where are you and Jill? Are you still in Ohio, or have you started traveling? Drop in and let us know what's going on. And here we have the Vickers, who just recently got their RV and started their full-time adventures. Hello, Shirley. We're officially full-time. Hope to meet you one day down the road, and going to need the help, I'm sure, figuring it out. You will, guys. This is some people that I met through Bobby and Sharon's live feed, and they live right here in Jacksonville, or they did, not too far away from me. So we were able to meet and talk and everything. And so I hope I get to meet you guys again as well. Nice for you to drop in tonight.
Yeah, Dawn and Kevin.
Yeah, we feel the same way, Dawn.
We met them in the middle of nowhere, Arizona, and they decided they were getting ready to go full time, and now they're full time, and now they're living their dream.
Yeah, because
Right.
we met first when we went to Papa Drew's meetup, because that's where we met them at, because they came and pulled in to go to the thing too. Remember?
Or either that or in Quartzsite,
No,
one of the
it was
two.
Quartzsite,
No,
but
in Quartzsite at Effenberg. They were
but they
there,
were
right across from me. Don't you remember?
right there across.
On the other side of that bus. So
Yeah.
well, actually, yeah, they were on the
Right.
Oh, at School of
Doug and
Tourism?
Sandy had their green bus kind of in the middle, and then Dawn and Kevin were over on the edge.
But remember the first time we
Across
met
from
them
us.
was when we went to Papa Drew's, because they parked right there in between
Oh.
you and
That's
Sharon.
right.
Remember?
Yeah.
That's where we first met
That's
them.
right. That's true. I forgot about
It was
that.
a lot of fun, huh,
That's right.
y'all?
Yeah. I was able to see Dawn and Kevin when they drove through Jacksonville not long ago.
Did
They
you really?
stopped in, and yeah, and we had lunch at the Cracker Barrel, and I got a tour of their new rig, and it was really great to see them. Yeah. So hopefully, I don't know, Don and Kevin, where are you staying in Florida all winter? I think you are, aren't you?
I think so.
Yeah. And Don says they've been full time for 5 months now, and they survived their first tropical storm. Luckily, this one wasn't bad. but certainly gave you a little practice.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, we've been
and camping therapy has joined the live feed. Thanks, camping therapy, for coming in. She's got a really cute little channel, and I have kind of a kindred spirit with her because she has a runaway camper, and you all know I started in a teardrop, and I still have a love for those things. So it's nice to see. But she's in a situation now where her condo is being sold, and she's going to have to be moving. So I hope everything goes well with that camping therapy. Let's see. Kevin says it was nice to see you, Shirley. Doreen, that's camping therapy's name. I'm sorry, Doreen. I'm not always good with names at first. And the Vickers say, hi, everyone. They're in North Carolina for their shakedown trip and be back in Jack's probably next Tuesday. Well, maybe we can meet up, Vickers. Send me an email. You've got my email.
Lots of rain up North Carolina. We heard a lot of campgrounds got flooded out up there by Asheville and stuff in Charlotte.
Yeah, you're not sure they
Yeah, it's kind of coming that way. The whole eastern seaboard almost from Etta is going to be having quite a bit of rain. So, okay. And the Nomadic Rambler says, good times to come, James C. Yeah, we're going to be all together again soon. So, I'm hoping to get to see you guys while you're still here in Florida too. So give me a call and let me know when we can meet up to have lunch or something. My son is next week. He's going to be bearing 50% weight on his leg, and we've been doing a little bit more getting it in and out of the truck and starting to travel more. And today he put shoes on for the first time since September 6th. So it's
great.
Yeah. So it's progress in motion, and every day gets a little bit better. So
that's so good to hear.
Yeah. So we're seeing some light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
And
it takes a while, but
yeah,
sure
by December 3rd, he'll be able to start bearing weight on his leg for sure. So anyway, and he has another job interview tomorrow. He still has the job that he was working at, but he has a possible teaching position and an interview tomorrow. So fingers crossed, and everybody say some prayers for that. Hopefully that'll go well and let him ease back into not having to stand on his leg for 8 hours a day to go to work. So anyway, it'll be good for him.
Yep, there will be.
Yeah. Let's see. The Vickers are saying we woke up to a flood watch in North Carolina, south of Raleigh this week.
Okay.
So that's kind of scary when you're in an RV park. I've seen videos of people who have had to evacuate because the water started flooding the parks.
And on your shakedown trip at that.
Yeah. So
that's scary.
I guess, yeah, it's kind of scary, isn't it?
Yep. So have a good weather app, because if you don't have cell service, that app on your phone is not going to do you any good. So you may want that backup radio to alert you if you're going big time boondocking in the middle of nowhere, so you can at least get the podcast.
Yeah. That's very important, because you just never know whether you're going to have service or not, and if it's storming, you're probably not going to have it. So you need something with a battery backup that can give you those weather alerts in case of an emergency. Do you guys carry any kind of like I know you go out and hike and stuff. Do you have a device that you carry in case you're in an accident and you need like medical assistance? Some people do, but I don't know. I don't have one.
I don't either. I probably need one.
We used to have one on the boat, but we don't have one in the RV because we don't really get that far off the beaten path where somebody's not going to be coming along us going one way or the other way. So most of the time, if our cell phones usually work, but we don't have any other. We don't have. We used to have an iPerb on the boat, but we don't have that anything like that in the RV.
Yeah.
She wants one.
It's probably not anything I'm ever going to need either, because I usually don't go out that far, by myself with my arthritis and 2 dogs, and
Yeah.
it's just not something I'm going to be with other people if
Right.
I'm going to be in a situation like that. So
Yeah,
Me too.
somebody will trip over me on the trail and coming on the way
Yeah.
back, going up to be able to go ask for help.
yeah. So it looks like Doreen from Camping Therapy has been experiencing some internet problems. I've been lucky that I haven't had any today, so I'm glad that yours is back on and doing well. Kevin's saying I have to finish with things at the sister-in-law's new home. Maybe I'll finish early and we can head to Quartzsite in January. Oh, that would be
That would
awesome.
be great.
Yeah.
Come
We
on.
would love to see you
We got a
guys.
spot there for you.
All right, look, the Ramblers say we think we can get on now. Let's try.
Good.
Okay. Let me send them a link one more time. Sharon, do you want me to send the link by messenger or by text? Yeah, just answer on the chat and let me know.
Who's that? You see Aunt Shirley?
Cindy Leiser. I hope I'm saying that right. Let me know if I'm not. Hi, Shirley. Really enjoying your live feed tonight. Thank you so much, Cindy. I'm glad to see you here, and we're having fun. I'm connecting with friends that I haven't seen in quite some time, and it's just fun to be meeting new people as well on all these live feeds. So I hope I have a chance to meet all of you.
Here's Ziggy back there.
Okay, so I'm going to send the Ramblers another link on the phone, and let's see if I can get it to them. So,
I like the name Camping
right.
Therapy.
I do too.
That's a very good name.
It's a cool name.
Kim and Daryl, just wing it for me for a minute.
All right. Well, everybody, this is Bentley.
This is our desert dog we found.
Yep, this is a dog we found in the desert outside of Phoenix, Arizona.
Yep.
He's 1 year old, and we don't know exactly where he came from, but we were out in the middle of nowhere. My cousin came out and saw us for a day. And while she was driving back out of the desert where we were boondocking, this little man's running up the road. So we don't know where he came from.
He's not chipped.
If he's a Houdini, he's not chipped. We don't know if
No lost found signs or anything.
If a breeder dropped him off or whatever. But anyway, we took him in after about a week of kind of getting.
Trying to figure
nobody
out.
couldn't figure out what he wanted to do. He wasn't chipped. So we took care of him, brought him into the family, and now he's been traveling all over the United States, and this is his first time he's been in Louisiana. In fact, when we took him to the Northwest, is the first time he ever saw grass.
Right.
So now we got to kind of watch him down here because of the gators and the snakes, because he likes to get out and go wherever he wants to, but we keep a good hold on him. So you never know what you're going to see in the desert.
But I mean, you're really lucky that a coyote didn't eat this little thing. He only weighed, when we found him, he weighed 4.7 pounds. So now he weighs about 5 pounds. But I mean, he's just so little.
Yep, he's a little man.
He's a sweet little thing, though. I think somebody threw him out, and he's just a good little dog.
Yeah,
Really
he had some issues in the man parts, so he had one high and one low. So we had to get him neutered, and with his case, it wasn't cheap, so it cost us a few dollars to get him, but he's well worth it, and he's a happy man right now.
So there's no such thing as a free dog. Trust me.
Yeah, no free dogs.
Not for us anyway.
So everybody thinks Bentley is adorable, which he is. He's got a personality that is simply amazing. I've named myself his godmother, and I think I may have to go to court for custody, or at least a visitation. So we'll see. But he is a sweet little dog.
Oh,
And then Doreen is saying some mean people dump dogs. Yeah, that's for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
They
especially
really do.
some of the breeders, they don't want to sell them because they're defective, so they just
that's what we're assuming they did. We
well,
don't know for
we're
sure.
hoping that he just got out of somebody's car or house, but there was only 3 houses in that area.
And it
So,
was pretty. They were
Yes.
pretty sneaky.
Yes,
so,
Sharon, enter the broadcast studio.
so I
So they
don't.
would have put a sign up if they actually lost
Yeah,
their
we
dog,
looked for
you know?
signs all over the place
They
because we
would have
didn't
had
want to
it
take it because he's trained, he's leash trained.
Yeah. His
So
house broken.
so he had a good home, so he was no crate dog.
No, he's very smart.
But anyway, we're happy to have him.
Yeah, we are. We're very happy to
He's a
have him.
YouTube famous dog. Hey, go look at yourself.
He is a YouTube famous dog.
That's right. You're one of the famous dogs on YouTube next to Moo Moo. Baby Mayday, Ziggy, Dee Dee.
So Ziggy and Dee Dee's my buddies. Dee Dee's
Tucker,
gonna be
Tucker.
girlfriend.
Okay, Sharon, once you click on the link, you have to go down to that blue bar that says enter broadcast.
You
Okay.
gotta scroll down.
And you have to click on enter broadcast. We did enter.
You crazy.
Okay. Add to stream.
There they
I
are.
think they're
Let's
coming.
see. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh man.
Nope. Nope. All right. Well, I think
Work on
Sharon,
your
that we're
trial.
just gonna have to work on this some. Maybe we can meet and I can show you how we can get this done and have you as a live guest maybe on another stream, unless you can get on.
You know
Can
she's
you-
so
can
aggravated
you-
trying to do that, trying to get
Yeah,
it
I'm
up.
sure she is. Dang it.
Uh-huh. Oh shoot.
There's dang it and sugar. That's some of her favorite expressions. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, guys, is there anything else that you can think of that we need to discuss about
No,
community
just-
or safety?
Just I mean, if you're thinking about doing this type of lifestyle, wanting to go out there and do it, you just need to do it. There's never a perfect time. Get out there and do it,
Yep, you'll never be
Right.
fully
and
prepared.
you'll never regret it.
Fuel prices are cheap.
Exactly.
They are.
Gas is cheap, and before
For now.
it gets too crazy, yeah. So this is the best time. A lot of the foreigners have not been able to come into the United States, but the parks are still busy, and
Mhm.
because everybody's now RVing because they don't want to fly and they don't want to go do the cruise ships and all that stuff. But
Right.
once the United States reopens, they're all going to come back here with a vengeance, and everything is going to be all repopulated again, with all the Americans being there too. The national parks
Yeah.
are getting really populated.
They are.
That's very true.
And I'm glad they
I
are
mean,
using
even in Yellowstone when we were there, I mean, even, and there's during the weekend, it was very busy, even for as little as the park that's open, there was a lot of people flying through there on Saturday and Sunday. Come Monday, it was really nice. And
Mhm.
I went to the park with Bobby and Sharon. We got up and left our campsite at like 5:30 in the morning and drove into the park. And that's when you really needed to go, is early in the morning where people aren't up and about yet. We had a great time.
It's
And
peaceful and quiet. It's beautiful.
exactly.
Watch the
And you
sunrise.
didn't have to stand in line to wait to get to the viewpoint so that you could take a picture and get in the car and go again. So it was really nice.
It is. I mean, the national
Yeah.
park is definitely something you really need to do. And if you are going to do it, you need to have the American the Beautiful Pass, because it's worth every penny. And if you're over 62, you only pay it one time for $80 or whatever. But I mean, even $80 a year, if you go to 4 parks, you've made money.
Yes.
You've gotten your money back
Exactly.
plus. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
I was lucky that I had parents back in the 70s that took us camping in a truck camper. That was
Right.
kind of leading the pioneer way, saying, all right, don't be afraid to go out and see all these places. Because I've seen these places
Exactly.
back in the 70s and the 80s, and what you look at them nowadays, it's totally changed. So get your kids, throw them in an RV, get to stepping, and do your thing.
And that'll be their best memories.
That's right.
Right. Exactly.
My kids loved it. I mean, they
So-
still talk. My kids talk about it. I mean, they enjoy doing that as kids.
Yeah. Hey, Sharon, if you have YouTube open on your phone, you need to close YouTube. Oh, we might actually have them.
You got them.
You made it!
Hey!
Yay! Well,
We had to
welcome,
turn
Ramblers.
everything off.
Everything electronic we had to turn off.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
That's kind of the thing with StreamYard, especially YouTube. If you have YouTube on when you're doing StreamYard, it doesn't work very well. So I'm glad you can make it though. You want to say hi to everybody?
Here we go.
So this is, I'm going to put them on solo for a layout for a little bit. This is Bobby and Sharon Childers of the Nomadic Ramblers channel. And
Hey, Daryl,
my
Kim.
great,
How are you?
they're my great mentors. So if you would, for those who don't follow you, if you just introduce yourself and talk a little bit about how long you've been full-time and how you came about the decision to go full-time and how you got started with the community.
Okay, I'm trying to make you louder so we can hear it.
Okay. So did you hear much of
we go.
what I said? Okay.
I heard what you said,
So-
Sharon. So I'm Bobby.
I'm
This is
Sharon.
Sharon. And we're the Nomadic Ramblers.
And we've been on the road now for 6 years.
Yep.
We were stationary for the first year so he could retire.
Yep.
So, and when, let's see, in 2014, within the same week, we found out that we were both sick. And so we started thinking about stuff and we're like, it's time to do something different.
Well, we were
Exactly.
planning to do something different.
But that made it faster.
That kind of sped things up a little bit. So we got through our medical problems, but then we were in the process of kind of trying to see which way we were going to go with the
There we
RV thing. First thought was in our mind, we own property near in Interlochen, Florida, near Palatka. We was going to put a tiny house on that. So we started checking into different things, and you know how it is when you start checking into things before you actually engage a plan, you get disappointed. That's what happened to us. So they have building rules and codes. It's not just a rural county where you can do what you want on your property. You got to follow all these particular rules on your property, zoning codes and all. But the property was recreational. That's the way we bought it. So here you go find out it ain't what you bought at all. You got to have somebody tell you what you can and can't do on your property.
Always.
So we kind of like, well, do we still want to do that tiny house thing? Well, yeah, we do. So we had to find a trailer to do it with. We started looking in like 2010 and 11.
Right.
We were going to do an Airstream, but then the more we looked for Airstreams, the more we found out, because we never had an RV. We were tent campers and hikers. So that's what we would do. Our kids grew up tent camping and hiking, sleeping on the beach, under the stars, out in the open camping. We didn't do take an RV and pay for a park. We didn't do none of that. We went to free places where they had free land.
Well, we were
And-
boondocking before we even knew it.
We took the kids camping in North Carolina, and we would go to the forest and camp. You know, where it might be $2 fee to one of the places there, in the forest, where they might have a fire pit and a picnic table. That's where we took our kids. That's the way we camp. Once in a while we go to a campground, but not very often. But then, as things progressed through the years from like 2007, after we've been going west taking vacations and tent camping, we just said, hey, someday we're going to have a hardship. Some of these places get traffic noises. The highway's not, you're not far enough in the forest. So we got to thinking back then, God, and we went to some campgrounds where some nights you didn't get no sleep.
And what did you want to get? How much money did you want to spend?
Well, I didn't know. I was still learning, and I was throwing all this stuff out there. I was going to spend over $100,000 to get a Class A.
No.
So we didn't know. We just did not know. And we didn't know what questions to really ask. But we started saying, we come up with a list of questions, like 10 questions. What we would do when we take vacations, we would ask some of the older people. We'd be in our tent, but we'd ask the people that have Class C's, Class A. I know all the classes now. you gotta learn some things first, So we talked to people who had trailers and stuff like that, and that's how we started gathering information. And we knew someday, well, we might want to do this full time. We weren't for sure back in 2008 and 9, but I think part of the kicker there was we had mentioned it to her. Sometimes you like reassurance and what you're going to do. So she asked her mom and dad about, what do you think if we decided to buy us one of them big RVs and just travel? Get rid of the house and stuff.
And my dad's like, let me trim the trees out front.
Yeah, I'll trim the trees. Y'all bring it here. Stay with us. So that's kind of, my dad was all about it. Oh, yeah, because he was a trucker and he did long haul, and I got to go with him some. But, you start getting in, and kind of you want reassurance from people, because I didn't know any real RVers. I didn't know any full-timers. And we didn't know really any of those kind of people until we got further out west. And people, they were like, well, I'm living in my RV. Oh, my. That's pretty cool. So back then, with limited knowledge, you try to gather knowledge so you can make a good decision. And by 2012, we were pretty much new. We kind of needed, hey, we got to have a hard shell. So, I was looking all around and we were trying to find something used, but them Airstreams, they were expensive. So you got to put all this stuff together to come up with your plan. And that's what we did. And the more we got out and we found this, and she drug it home.
Yeah, I did.
She asked me if I could fix it.
I didn't even have the right ball on the truck. And pulled it 30 miles.
In the rain.
Exactly.
Yeah, bad.
So when I seen this trailer, I had to take a seat. If I'd have been a drinking man, I would have surely spiked my coffee that morning.
So how did you start developing a community once you started going full time and you were out on the road? When did you start developing that community first?
This man right here loves to talk.
Well, I like to talk tactical stuff. And Shirley,
She knows.
Me and Shirley can have a conversation.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love to talk to Shirley.
you can have a conversation with anybody.
But Shirley's different than a lot of women because she knows technical stuff.
Daryl's laughing his butt off.
To me, it's fun. Hey, that's the way we roll. We just kind of, but to get sync up with our community, we didn't really know. We didn't have our YouTube channel until almost 2 years after we got the trailer on the road. When we first made our maiden voyage to Big South Fork National Forest in Tennessee and Kentucky, that's when it dawned on us because people were following us down the road in the trailer.
Yeah.
We didn't start all this. Yeah, we didn't start a YouTube channel because it was the trailer. This is the first RV we've ever had. And I was thinking I was scratching my head, boy, did I make a mistake with this or something? But
Right.
no, the RV community has been really responsive, responding to us.
Yeah.
Because there's not many people out here have an old trailer like this.
Right.
There's not many people. And I didn't know it was going to be such a shocker to people.
He didn't know he was going to have paparazzi.
I didn't know. We didn't know.
Oh, that's funny.
I didn't know I was going to meet so many just beautiful women coming up saying, "Is this your trailer?" Sherry took me
Oh
around.
my goodness.
Sherry come out
Bobby's
there.
quite a ladies'
She's
man, you guys.
Yeah. She went in the store, come out and says, "Who's that blonde you was talking to?" She was talking to me about the trailer. It was about the trailer. I told her it was your trailer. So I know all the right.
You know all the right answers, don't you?
I know all the right answers.
So Kevin is noticing that your brace is off your hand. How's your hand feeling, Bobby?
Well, I got my brace off. They give me a shot.
Yay.
Excited.
Yeah, they give me a shot in here. It's been getting better. I've been doing some little exercises with it. So no surgery, no hospital time. And hey, man, we're getting ready to hit for Arizona.
That's it.
Yeah.
Get ready. After the holiday season with the grandkids and the babies and the children, it's time to head west.
Amen to that. I can't
Amen
wait.
to that.
Yay.
Ooh, gosh. All right. So we've got several other people on here with different channels too. I don't know if y'all caught that earlier, but this is Doreen with Camping Therapy. They need to watch my videos of the vintage campers. She just recently went to a gathering of vintage campers, and it some really pretty ones too. So yeah, I agree, Doreen. They should watch that. So tell me, you guys are going to be heading out in December right after Christmas or January? Or yes? January 1?
We couldn't find, they wouldn't let us stay here longer. They said, your last day is December 31st.
Okay, well, there you go. We'll start the new year right and roll on down the road.
Right, heading west.
Yeah. And what about you, Kim and Daryl? When are you going to be heading out to Arizona? Did you mute yourself?
Yeah, I muted ourselves, so we didn't.
Y'all weren't behaving.
Bentley's helping. We are going to stay here. We have some elderly parents, so with the COVID going on, we're really concerned. Do we want to get together for Thanksgiving? How are we going to get together for Thanksgiving? So we don't know how all this is going to work out. So we will stay till right after Thanksgiving, and then we'll leave Louisiana.
Yeah, because there would probably be about 20 people at my father's house. He's already freaking out about it and saying he's going to have a thermometer. When you walk in the door, you have to take your temperature before you come in the house. I mean, but he says though, he's almost 85 years old. I mean, you know, that's old.
So we're in the South, and we're used to big gatherings and everybody getting together. But this is going to be a different Thanksgiving than I think I've ever been used to. But we have to do the responsible thing. I mean, you just can't get 30 people together in the same house and have a sit down Thanksgiving. I don't think I'd feel comfortable, and I wouldn't want to leave here knowing somebody got sick.
And was it us or did you
was
something?
It us
you know,
or somebody else? So anyway, long story short, we'll be leaving right after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yeah, we're leaving after Thanksgiving, heading out that way.
We don't know how fast we're going to get there.
Yeah.
It all depends on everything.
All right. Well, I guess I'm caravanning with Bobby and Sharon then.
We'll have a place staked out for everybody.
January 1 sounds like a very good day.
I'm glad to hear your son is doing well.
Thanks.
I heard that great news.
I am too. Yeah,
That is
putting
great.
shoes on tonight was really great. He was
Sweet.
just as thrilled as me. So, so Mr. Nathan Jones says, Bobby, the trailer is the icebreaker. Once we meet the humans, it's all. So that's Nathan and Tessie Jones, and we met them last year.
Yes.
So
Yeah, good guy.
Also,
Really great folks.
yeah.
Yeah, Bobby is never met a stranger.
I don't think Bobby's ever met a stranger.
No, I don't think so either.
Most people.
Busher Street says hi at James and Sue from Lucky Dog Productions. Let's see. And Kevin says, and maybe even the Kleins. All right. Well,
Right.
we're ready. We're ready.
A bit of crew
We'll
going.
have plenty of room for everyone. So Don says, y'all are killing me. I want to join you now. Well, I know. It's hard, isn't it? When you see these people in these videos, it has been for me. They're posting all these wonderful sites they've been to, and I'm stuck here at home. I'm really jealous. So
I had a phone call from someone today, and they said, so have y'all got the itch yet? I said, honey, we got the itch 2 days after we got here.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happens.
When we found out it was 80 degrees and 80% humidity. We're
Yeah.
used to that. And we've lived here all our lives, and it's just like, oh my goodness. It was 80 degrees and 80% humidity.
Can you mute that?
Here all our
Let's do it.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's not been really bad here in Jacksonville. The temperatures haven't been as hot, I don't think, as they have been maybe for you in Louisiana. It's been mostly in the 70s for the last few weeks here.
Oh,
so it's
Lord.
been really, really nice weather. Yeah. Where I'm at,
Sharon.
It's the humidity that kills me.
it is the humidity.
A humidifier for a dehumidifier for 4,000 square foot.
I don't blame you.
Well, I'm in 2,000 square feet with an air conditioner, so I think it's probably a little bit different for me right now than it is for you, and that's certainly true. It's a lot different when you're in a trailer than when you're in a house. So,
And the refrigerator, I mean, I've already defrosted it twice. I think the humidity in here and stuff, it's it's just frosting over so bad. It's terrible.
yeah. So I talked earlier about camping therapy. Doreen is going to have to be moving, and she's getting ready to sell her little runaway camper. Oh, you did sell it last weekend. So what are you thinking, Doreen? What are you thinking of buying next? Give us a clue. Okay. And Dawn says, Sharon, you're so right about that humidity. So it'll kill you.
I mean, you walk outside, and I don't even know why you do your hair, because you walk outside and you're like a frizz ball as soon as you go outside.
I do my hair in the morning, and
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, and I see Sharon is not wearing her hair down tonight either.
Because it wants to stick to my neck and I can't stand it.
Yeah, I know. That's for sure.
Can't handle it.
Exactly. Well, guys, we've been on here for about an hour now, most of us. And
We've been trying for an hour.
I want to see Bentley.
Get Bentley.
yeah, hold Bentley up.
To see.
Sharon wants to see you. Come here.
Rona wants to see you.
Don't see popsicle.
Look at me. Look, there's Sharon. Look, there's Sharon. Look, you see her. It's a little bitty picture.
I do.
His hair looks lighter.
He just got, he was at the spa day.
Oh.
Look at him looking for me.
Yeah.
I'll see you in a little while. I will. Yes.
Well, Doreen, I'm glad to hear, Doreen, that you don't have to move. The investors bought the house, the building that she's in, so she doesn't have to move. And she is looking at a 13-foot scamp. That's great. That'll be a little bit more room for you, and hopefully be able to stand up in this one.
Serious.
A little. Well, she could in her runaway, but hopefully this one's just a little taller for her. So. And the Vickers say we have a special occasion on January 3rd, but maybe they can catch up to us. That's a good possibility. Kevin says, my hair hasn't blown in the wind since we left South Dakota. That's funny. Well, funny. You get out to Arizona, you'll be in windy weather again. That's for sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
It actually rained out there today.
I saw that.
I know.
Yeah.
It rained last week too.
Okay, Dawn, what would you like to say real quick? Dawn wants to say something real quick.
Hello.
And I guess while we're waiting on that, Doreen is saying, Her runaway camper is only 47 inches inside, and the hunt for the scamp is on. Well, good luck, Doreen. I wish you the best of luck in finding what you want and what you need. So hopefully that will happen soon. I think the inside of my teardrop was around maybe 40 inches high from the mattress to the ceiling. So I could set up just fine, but I certainly couldn't stand.
That is so true, Dawn.
Yeah.
That's why you
Okay,
need to
so
you need to find community that people's got bigger rigs and you can sit over there.
exactly. I've found at least 2 people that'll let me come over. All right, so Don is saying anyone looking to go full time, don't let family talk you out of it. They are not you. Go and enjoy. And that's very true.
Because a lot of families do not accept all of this. So they think you're just crazy and nuts, you know, and then others are like, oh, I wish I would have thought to do this. But I mean, all family is different.
Exactly. My family was some of my family was a little bit afraid for me when I first started talking about doing this. But I think that they realize now that I'm a pretty capable individual.
Oh yeah, you are.
Thank you.
That's a tough woman.
I'm trying to be.
It's just like anything in life. You've got to try it. Remember when you were younger, you survived it. If you failed, you picked yourself back up and you moved on. You survived. If you want to get out there and try RVing, go try it. If you don't like it or don't succeed or it's not your thing, go back to sticks and bricks and rent a house or build a house or whatever you want to do.
And some people actually
You got to at least try it.
Absolutely. That's very true.
The thing about RV, you can have both worlds.
Yeah.
True.
Very
Both
true.
worlds.
Financially, it might not be good, but
Well, Kim and Daryl and Bobby and Sharon, I want to thank you all for joining in the live stream tonight. And hopefully we can do this again soon, all together in the same place, maybe around a campfire. Wouldn't that be great? With some what? With some
with good Wi-Fi.
biscuits.
We haven't had
I
them.
have some stick biscuits. I got the sticks. I've got the sticks. So,
Good.
okay, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in the fun tonight. And I hope you had fun as well. And come back and watch some more videos. And I'm going to try doing a live stream once a week, probably Thursdays at 7:30, if that's working good for everyone. Please leave comments in the comment section. And if you haven't, before you leave, if you would hit the thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. Kim and Daryl, Bobby and Sharon, once again, thank you for joining me tonight. I really had fun. And it's so nice to see your faces and hear your voices. And I just can't wait until we can get together again. So, all right, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for having us. We miss
All
y'all.
Miss you too.
Miss you too. Okay,
Good
good
night,
night, everyone.
Bye, Dawn.
Bye.